bring her here today. So we are going to hear a story on the royalty event as well. So remember to invite as many people as possible to this event, because all this story is going to help you inspire someone to also start this journey with you. Okay, because sometimes, you know, your friends, you tell your story, your friend don't believe you, or maybe they need more proof, right? So bringing them to an event, the environment, you know, the energy, it will definitely help you save your work, you know, save your work in telling them, to convince them, because this story will convince them for you. Okay, and then the next one, of course, this time we have Graham coming as well. Okay, so for those who joined us last royalty, right, then you know that how powerful is Graham when he is coming, right? If you bring someone new there, or if you bring someone that was thinking whether they should start a new journey in new image, then Graham will do the magic for you. Okay, so this time you don't waste this opportunity also. Invite your prospect, you know, even your member, just invite them to come over so that they can really know what is new image doing all about. Okay, and then I think, okay, so now we are going to move on to we dive into our main topic for the training or the sharing today. Okay, so our topic tonight, we are going to talk about closing like a pro. So if you can master the skill of closing, right, you can turn almost every conversation into a commitment. Okay, so before I start, now I want to ask some questions here. Okay, so have you ever met someone who seems very interested, you know, when you share the products with them, when you share your testimonial with them, right? You know, they ask questions, they are so excited, they wanted to know more, they responded to your sharing, you know, but at the end, they didn't want to buy anything from you, or they didn't want to join as member. Okay, so who have met these kind of people before? Can you type 111 in the chat and let me know? Okay, I repeat, you know, you talk to someone, they are very interested to know about the products, they are very interested to know, you know, how you transform your life and things like that. They responded to you, they seems very excited, but at the end, you didn't manage to close them. You didn't manage to, you know, convince them to buy something, or they didn't want to sign up as member. Anyone have this kind of scenario before? Like if you met these kind of people before, can you type 111 in the chat and let me know? Nobody made this before. So you close every customer you met before. Very good. Okay, I can see here that Angel have met people like this before. Okay, except Angel, I think everybody is doing very good in your closing. Yeah, okay. Or you are not listening at all. Okay. Okay, I started to see some response already. Okay, so yep, situation like this happens all of the time, I would say. Okay. The truth is, many people may be interested in what you're sharing, you know, interested to see how you transform your health, how you transform yourself, and they are very eager to know what you do, what products you take, you know, and they want to know if they can do the same. But most of the time, they just struggle to make the decision. Okay, they want the result, they like what you share, but they are not confident to make a decision, because they're not sure whether this thing will work the same on them, or maybe they are just too confused or overwhelmed by the information that you share. Okay, so this is where closing skill, right, become very important, because closing is not forcing someone to buy something from you. Yeah, okay, closing is not forcing someone to buy something from you. Closing is how you guide your customer, or how you throw in the questions step by step to make them make the decision on the spot, or to make them make the decision that they already wanted to have. Okay, so put this in your mind, very important, because sometimes we feel like very stressed and very pressure that when we want to close someone, we think that we are pushing someone to buy something, or we are pushing someone to, you know, to same like you, you know, get something from you and things like that. But in fact, closing is actually not forcing someone to buy something. Closing is actually, if you do it well, is actually helping your customer to make a right decision. Okay, so today we are going to talk about this, like how you can do that naturally, comfortably, and also professionally. And of course, I hope by the end of this session, right, many of you would get some idea like how to help your customer to say yes with confidence. Okay? All right. So now let's look at this slide together, yeah? Okay, you can see like there's so many pictures on this. Wait, where is it? The next one? Okay, on this slide here. Okay, so I think all of this looks very common for you all. Like sometimes, okay, giving too much information. Okay, you share too much, you give too much of the details, too much about size, too much explanation. And then at the end, your customer look at you confused and they do not know what to do next. Okay, or maybe wrong timing. Okay, you share something already, they are busy, they are not listening to you. Or maybe wrong timing as in they are not in a good timing to get something new from you or to start on a journey with you. Okay, or most of the time you will get someone say, let me think first. Okay, and then after that they never come back. Right? I think this happens most of the time, yeah? And then when they say, let me think first, you really let them think first until they never come back. You never bother to find out more, like what are the things that they want to find out, they want to think, okay? And also you talk too much until your customer is confused, okay? Like you talk something else, they want something else, they're confused. And then the next one, you can see here, no budget, empty wallet, okay? They want it, but the wallet say no. Or sometimes it's not that they cannot afford, but maybe they just haven't seen the value yet, right? And also, I believe that many of you have met people like this before. Before you even start sharing, they already tell you, no, don't sell me product, okay? I don't take supplement. Direct selling, I'm not interested, okay? I don't like direct selling. They will just tell you no upfront before you even say anything, okay? You have people like that. Okay, and also maybe after you share so many information already, but they still hesitate to maybe, start on this product or start on this journey because they have no confidence whether the products can help them or whether you can help them or not. So the lack of confidence can be coming from the products or coming from you, right? And I think the last one didn't see the value. This will be, I would say, the biggest reason because I would say price is not always the issue, but most of the time people don't see the value, and that's why everything become expensive for them. Okay, so does this sound very familiar to you all? Have you all experienced this? Maybe one of this situation, maybe more than one. Okay, if you have experienced this before, right? Can you also type in the chat and let me know like how many situations that you met before, like one of it, two of it, three of it? Let me see. Nobody meet this before, meh? Okay, all your customer very good. Whenever you say, okay, come purchase, then they will say, yes, of course, they will pay you money straight away. No, right? Okay, Melissa say 3. Okay, she have met maybe 3 of this scenario before that she not sure how to handle or didn't manage to close the case. Okay, and just say 4. Okay, so actually this is very common, I would say. But the thing is, many of this scenario here is actually something that we can handle when you have the right closing skill. Okay, when you have the right closing skill, you will be able to handle this kind of situation. Okay, so now, before we go deeper into the technique, right, all of the situation that we talked about just now, customers saying that they want to think, they're confused, wrong timing, cannot see the value, some of these are external reason and some of this is actually an internal reason. Okay, so it's normal that not every situation is within our control. Okay, because sometimes customer really got no money, then how? Right? When they really got, no budget to get it. So this is something that we cannot control. Okay, like you cannot control their wallet, you cannot control their mood, the timing, and also their priority in their life. And then you cannot control whether they are ready or not. And then maybe they have other commitment and things like that. But the good thing is there's something that we can control, that is ourselves, right? Okay, so can we give clearer direction to customer when we want them to make a decision? Okay, can we control or can we present better the information? Okay, when we want to share information, can we share better in a way that customer can understand? Okay, and also can we find out what is the real reason instead of just giving what you think they need? Okay, and also can we control the direction of the conversation, right? Okay, and also can we control our skill, our approach, our reaction to what they share and things like that? So actually the best part is all these things that I just mentioned in the right hand side just now is something that we can improve on. And when we can improve, means that our closing rate will also improve automatically. Okay, so for example, you can give a clearer direction to customer. So after you share your testimony, after you share your products, experience and things like that. So instead of just left the conversation hanging, we can actually guide them how to start straight away. Okay, give a clearer direction in that. Okay, so instead of asking like, what do you think? You can tell them that actually I can help you to start with A or B, right? Okay, and also, can we control the amount of information that we give? Right, this one we can control, right? Okay, not too much, not too little, because when you give too much, they are confused. If you give too little, they are not convinced, right? Okay, and also, identify and find out the real concern of the customer. Like sometimes when they tell you, let me think about it first. Okay, this is where you need to really, really find out what they really mean. And they tell you, oh, very expensive lah. Sometimes the expensive is not really expensive. It's just because they don't see the value first. But how do we gonna find out this real reason from them, right? And also definitely you will have someone tell you, maybe later, not the right time. And then I don't want to use my card and things like that. So how are we going to handle this kind of objection from the customer? So all of this here, okay, like if you have enough information, if enough knowledge of the products, of how things work, you will be able to answer the questions and handle the objection better. Okay, and it will also help you increase your success rate. So all these things here, right, is actually not luck, it's actually a skill set. So closing is not about how much talent you have in convincing people what to buy. It's actually a skill set that can be trained, you can practice and can improve. Okay, so I believe that, every month when you see our e-recognition, right, you can see some of the leaders, they have like top recruiter, they recruits like 5, 10 a month and things like that, right? So many of these people, right, they are not great or they are not the best from the beginning, but they actually pick up the skill set along the way when they do their sharing, when they meet a lot of customer, when they reject by customer again and again, so they pick up the skill here. So what I want to tell you all today is like, don't worry about the things that we cannot control, but focus on what we can improve so that we can shift our energy, your time, your effort in upskilling the skill sets, okay, to increase your confidence level, to increase the knowledge about your products, instead of looking at, customer got no money to buy lah. You get what I mean? Focus on things that we can control, okay? Now, of course, all whatever that I mentioned just now is just theory, right? You say that, okay lah, you say it's of course the easy lah, you are not the one that doing that, right? So, and I also want to be very transparent with all of the audience tonight, okay? I'm not a business builder like you all, okay? And I don't meet customer every day like you all, okay? So to prepare for this session, right, other than the theory, I think the practical parts will really, really help you all in improving the skill set for closing. Okay, so of course I've like go through interview me, Melissa, and Sam. We asked like many of our top recruiters and our strong closer. Okay, we asked them like, what is your secret? What is your step-by-step flow to close someone? How do you, guide your customer from making a decisions and things like that? So the following, okay, up next, I'm gonna share like many of the content that we get from the leaders. So you can, jot down, take some notes and things like that. Okay? All right. So now the first one. Okay. And just now we already talked about like the theory of like how to improve your closing and things like that, right? The first practical technique is how to naturally guide a customer into closing stage. Because for this one here, I think many of the beginner will be struggle with this. You know about your own testimony. You can share your experience. But after you share your experience, you do not know how to ask the magical questions like, hey, do you want to buy or not? You don't know how to ask this properly, or the beginner, they do not know how to position this properly so that people don't feel awkward, people feel natural, people feel like they want to buy from you. Okay, so now let's talk about how we can do it naturally, confidently, and professionally without sounding like you are very salesy or pushy, without hard sell, without forcing the customer. Okay? Now, the first step, it should always feel like natural, yeah? Okay, so when you already share about your product experience, you already share about, how you transform your health and things like that, you will need to bring up the questions, okay, to transition into whether this person interested to do what you're doing or not. Okay, so just use very simple and natural transition like, based on what you shared just now, I can recommend you with something. Okay, or you can just simply say that, let me help you, choose something that best fit you or can help you the most. Okay, so all these things here, it doesn't force a customer to buy something, but you offer your help first. Okay, you offer your help first. Then, of course, when you want to offer something, you offer a yes and yes offer, which means both options will come back with a yes. Okay, so this one later we will share more with you, yeah? Okay. And then the third thing, of course, you will remind them, okay, remind them that whatever that you're sharing right now or whatever option that you give, like, do you want to start with this product, or maybe you want to start with something basic, you link back to the objective because this one can help you with what problems. Okay, I know this one sounds very general and very confusing, like very empty for you. Okay, so now the next one here, I'm gonna bring up one of the very solid example from Sammy. Okay, so we actually asked Sammy, how you usually, bring up this conversation like you can help, or bring up a conversation that you want to offer something. Okay, so this is what Sammy usually use. So she will say that based on what you share with me, it might be a good time to start taking care of your health. Okay, if you want to try it out, I can guide you with something basic first. And if you are thinking to give yourself more time to work on your wellness, I will suggest you to sign up as a member and get the auto sheet so that you can enjoy greater saving. I can help you compare the cost and you can just pick whichever feels right for you. Okay, now let's see here. Okay, you can see here, right? So the first sentence that Sammy will ask is that he will just say, based on whatever that you share with me, right? I can see that, it's good time for you to start, or maybe I have some products that I can help you. And then the offer that she gave, okay, if you can see here, she gave two options. You want to start with something basic? I can suggest you something. Okay. If you are thinking that you want to do this, you want to give more time to yourself, you want to spend a longer time to improve on your health, then I will suggest you to get on auto ship. So straight away, she offered two already. Okay, two options, but both options also an option that you must get something from me. You get what I mean? It's either you start with a small package that you try the product first, or you trust me so much, then you can start with auto ship. Then I will, you can go on a 6-month program and things like that. So from this, right, the whole conversation here and the way she put in is actually not pushy, She's actually offering some help. And then, of course, she will conclude whatever that the person shared earlier lah. Okay? And the offer that she put in here is a yes and a yes offer, which means regardless you choose that you want basic first or you want to get auto ship, means that you're gonna sign up already. Okay? So this is how you bring in a conversation after you already share your information, your products and things like that. Okay. So now we have learned that how to guide a customer go into the closing part, right? How about the closing flow? Okay. Have you ever wondered like how our top recruiter close in real life? Like what is their protocol? Like what is the step that they usually do after they ask these questions? Okay. How they do it, right? So actually Melissa interviewed two of our diamond leaders, both also very good in recruitment and closing. And then from the interview with them, we managed to pick up some keynotes from these two leaders. Okay, so now I'm going to share with you two of the diamond leaders, like they share with us how is their flow looks like when they want to close someone. Okay, so now the first one, yeah. Okay, so this first one here is actually for Maggie. So from what Maggie shared with us, right, her step is actually very straightforward, I would say. So because Maggie usually do offline closing, she will meet someone offline for sure. Because that improve her closing rate. Basically, if she get to meet someone, I would say 90% she can close a person one. Okay, now you know why she can close a person. For Maggie, right, mainly she's actually focusing on the weight loss member. Okay, because herself, she have a very good testimony on weight loss. So that's why she is focusing on weight loss member. So what happened is that we have this BMI body composition machine, right? She will definitely bring it because whenever she meets someone, whether this person is looking for a weight loss product or looking for supplements to enhance wellness and things like that, she will 100% get this person to stand on the weighing machine first. Okay, why? Even though they don't want to lose some weight, she will still ask them to stand on the weighing machine first. Because when they stand on the weighing machine, that gives her data, okay? Then from the data, right, it's actually a conversation opener for her. Which means from the data, then she can ask questions already. She can ask, oh, how's your health? You know, how's your sleep and all that? Do you eat this? Do you eat that? Do you feel, you know, whether when you walk, do you have this issue? When you sleep, do you have that? Do you, you know, like Chinese, we always like to ask whether your palm and your foot, is it cold or is it warm and things like that. So when people stand on the machine, when she have data, okay, the data is a conversation opener. Even though some of the conversation is not relevant to the data, but because you're doing something there, right, it's very easy for you to start the conversation and people feel relaxed to answer to you. So that is one of her tips lah. I would say that's one of the tips to start a conversation. And of course, the conversation is what you can control. You need to know, she have a very strong product knowledge. So she can use all this to talk about health issue and to find out the health issue of this person. And after that, after, you know, we go through all the data, some symptoms, some health symptoms, whether this person got like maybe knee issue or tummy issue or sleep problems or migraine and things like that, after she find out, right? Then she will ask the magical questions, I would say, the if questions. Okay, what is the if questions? The if questions here is that she will ask, if you are given a chance, do you want to improve your health condition or do you want to lose some weight? She will ask if it's given a chance. This question is very powerful here because when you ask if you are given a chance, most of the people will say yes. Okay, indirectly, these people will have a mindset that, yeah, I want to do something to help myself. Okay, and when the person say yes, right, okay, I would say 95% would say yes lah. When you ask them, if you are given a chance, do you want to be better? For sure, everybody will tell you one, yeah, of course, if I were given a chance, I want to be better, right? Okay, then she will go on with a yes and yes offer. Okay, so you see, it's actually similar to what I'm sharing earlier, right? She will offer two options, and usually she will start with, in these two options, right, she will straight away offer, because it's weight loss, so usually they will have to run for 6 months and more, right? She will give two options. You want to go with Autoship, okay, with these benefits, or you want to go with one shot. You purchase this 6-month package in one shot. So it's a supervisor package. Okay, she will offer 2. So when you offer this yes and yes option, right? So which means that regardless A or B this person choose, is still a sign up for you and is still a successful closing for you. Okay, and of course, she will explain both lah. Autoship, you have greater saving and things like that. And then if this person will have the idea that they want to also start a business and things like that, then maybe supervisor package also suits them. Okay, because supervisor package, you have to fork out the money, a bigger amount of money in one shot. But for Autoship, you just have to pay on monthly basis. So she will offer both and then let the customer decide themselves. Okay, then the next step is, usually, you will only meet people that tell you about budget issue, because after this step 1, 2, and 3, right, basically this person is very convinced already, right? Because you can tell them some of their health symptom that is relevant to certain health issues, and then you give 2 options, you look very professional, and then they will only have 1 issue. They will tell you that, oh, this amount is quite a big amount that I cannot afford now. Okay, because why? Because for weight loss package, right, usually I think you need about 5 to 6 products, so it can cost about 1,000 a month. So most of the time, the only objection that she faced is only the budget issue. Okay, then when you have someone with budget issue, right, then she will, I would say, downsell. Okay, downsell, which means this big package you cannot, then how about 1 month? How about 2 weeks? Okay, so this is where she downsell her package, and she is very confident that if this person can commit 2 weeks, okay, commit 2 weeks to follow her step, her guidance, to take on the product and things like that, 2 weeks can already give result, and definitely this person will convert, or maybe this person will get on the Autoship in the following months. Because sometimes people, other than the real budget issue, right, most of the time is that they are not convincing, they are not confident enough that this product can help them. That's why when you offer a smaller package, like you downsell to 2 weeks, then these 2 weeks will give them a chance to give it a try and also to see result. If the result is a good result, right, then definitely you will be able to convert this person to an Autoship or supervisor in the following months. So this is how Maggie will close a member. So what she do very well here is that the first steps here, she spent a lot of time to understand the customer and to identify the needs. When this first step do well and she get what she wants, right, basically the step 2 and step 3 is like a protocol already, that people will follow your guidance and make a decision to purchase already. Okay, so now you see from Maggie already, right? Okay, then the next one here, we have a little bit different in style, but the principle is almost the same. You understand your customer, you connecting their problems, and then you give a very clear direction to of what to do next. Okay, so next one here is from Rose. Okay, so Rose have a different profile of customer. She has more customer that is doing the supplements thing. Okay, like Maggie, she is more on weight loss, right? But for Rose, she is more on the wellness side. Okay, for Rose, her key, I would say the very important things that she do is that she always remember that less is more. Okay, what do you mean by that, right? So usually she will close a member within 10 minutes. But how? Okay, how, right? So what she's saying here is that if you talk too much, or if you spend 30 minutes explaining your products, your company and things like that, right? So probably the customer already go somewhere else. Their mind, their souls already go somewhere else. And because she usually do live on her own Facebook, right? People that know her or wanted to buy from her or will ask her, right, already watch her live from Facebook for a few times. So they know how much is it. They know the products can help them. And then when they ask, basically, they will need a push to make a decision only. So that's why when she really meet these people, right, she will not talk too much about the products, but instead she will spend more time in understanding their needs. Okay, and then during the conversation, basically she will maybe promote or share 1 or 2 products that can help them solve their problem or will help them to improve their health. Okay, she will put everything to membership first, which means she will get this person. For sure, I will help you, and for sure, I can help you with your health issue. What you need to do is just sign up as a member. Then the rest, I will teach you step by step. So she will not offer a product or she will not offer a bundle when the first meet up. She will just get this person to sign up as a member first. Okay, so once the member sign up as a member already, right? And of course, she will explain the membership benefits and things like that a little bit. When the person sign up, then she will teach the member purchase the products from BRC by themselves. Okay, this is a totally different way. Yeah. Okay, the reason why she's doing that is that she also want to increase the trust, and also she want to teach her customer to be independent. By this way, all the customers know that everybody is purchasing the same price. Okay, I'm buying the product the same price, and then I go and buy the product myself because I log into the BRC and I buy myself, right? So I see the price. I know that you didn't lie to me. And then all these things, I do it all myself. And at the same time, customer also learn step by step how to place order. But what Rose do is that she will add in the upsell along the way. So which means during the first meetup, I share with you maybe 1 or 2 products because I know that if I talk too much, you don't understand it, you didn't get it. So I explain only 2 products. After that, after you successfully sign up as a member, when I guide you through how you can place an order, then I will tell you that if you want to see a better result or faster result, maybe you can add on this 3rd product, you know, to see faster results. So for member, right, they can make their own decision. If they don't have budget issue, they want to see better result, faster result, basically they will just automatically go and buy the 3rd product that Rose suggests. So different way is that Rose want to start things small and easy. Okay, she want to make things very easy for a customer. You sign up as a member, you go and buy yourself, and then when I teach you how to buy products and all that, then only I upsell the products and you want to take it, you go and buy yourself. If you don't think it's suitable now, but the member will remember because the next time when they have the budget, they will just go and buy themselves. Okay, so you can see here, right? We have 2 leaders here. Both are doing very good in their closing. They have a big customer base, but they are doing it very differently. Okay, so for Maggie, you know, she start from 2 offer, you know, yes and yes offer, and then she downsell when the customer cannot meet the budget. This is mainly because her customer are mostly the weight loss one. But for Rose, because the customer are mainly the wellness one, so she will only start with 1 or 2 products so that the member can understand and pick up very quickly. Because what she wants to do is only make sure they sign up as a member. When they sign up as a member, they can take their time to make their purchase by themselves. And they can add on the order anytime they want. So this is how Rose make it. Okay, so now we have here 2 examples. Then you will have next questions already. So just now the 2 Maggie and Rose, right? Both of them are good in the offline one. How about closing online? Is it actually easier or is it harder, right? Is it easier or is it harder? So now I want to ask you all. Okay. So for nowadays, right, the good thing is that building business online today is become very easier. You doesn't have to approach stranger like before. And then most of you are doing it online on your Instagram, your Facebook, your TikTok, your WhatsApp, and things like that, right? Okay. The best part is people will come and find you and people will ask you, and you doesn't have to do the hardest part, which means you doesn't have to go and ask people, do you want to try this? Because people will come to you and say, I am curious about this thing that you share about. I am looking for these products, or I have the same issue like you. Maybe you can help me. Okay. So by right, closing online should be easier, right? Because people that come to you already have the mindset that they want to get something. Okay. They already wanted to find someone that can help them looking for these products already. So basically, they are not looking for general information. Okay, they are just checking if you are the right one that you can help them. Okay, they are just checking that whether you are the one that's suitable for them or not. So For online, right, the difficult part is that you need to give people confidence even you didn't meet this person before. Okay, you need to really spend time to find out and understand their struggle, their needs. Then only you will be able to prove that you are the one that can help these people. So for this part, we also interview one of our leaders. Okay, she is doing very well in online closing, and I would say 100% okay of her customer is actually from online. Okay, so now let's see. Yeah. So we have Kimberly share with us like how she do a closing online. So first of all, the most important thing is always find out what the customer really needs. So she will spend time understand and have the conversation going on to find out what this person needs, because people will come to her, right, when they send her a PM, it's already that they wanted to product. So she will find out what she really needs first. And of course, if this person never know about the product, then she will also spend a little bit of time explain how the products can help and things like that. But the next thing is, for the offer part, she is doing something different. Like just now, you have seen Maggie give a yes and yes offer. You have seen Rose, she only tell them about products and then upsell on the way. For Kimberly here, after she know the problems and things like that, she will offer a customized product bundle, which means she will only give you one option. Based on what you share with me, this is the option and this is a solution that I can offer you. And of course, she will share about the membership benefits and things like that. So when come to this offer stage, right, for people who are interested, usually she will be able to close them for sure. But also, of course, because this is online, you will have people that just wanted to ask pricing from you, or maybe want to know about like how much is this cost and things like that. Or maybe people are just, you know, testing lah. They ask 5-10 people. And after you offer the price, if this person went missing, like never come back, even after you follow up, then these are the people that you have to move on. So this is what Kimberly shared with us, because this is online. You have to move on very fast. You cannot be spending 3 months following up someone that is not responding at all. Okay, so she moved on very quickly. But if you see a sign that this person is willing to share with you what is their concern, is responding to your questions and things like that, then these are the people that if you cannot close on the spot, you will need to do follow up until this person went missing or until this person signed up. So for online, it's like a repeating process. And the same thing that Kimberly shared with us is that usually there will be only one issue, that is the price issue. And the price issue is not really a price issue. Okay, price is really the main issue. The real issue is that the customer do not believe that we can solve their problem. That will be the main issue. So along the way, you will have to build the trust. When you ask questions, when you have the conversation, your profile, you can convince them that you already have track record of successful story and things like that. Okay. And of course, right timing is equally important. So sometimes this is not a right timing. And then if you follow up, then they will come back. Okay. So for Kimberly here is actually very straightforward. I will also say that it's just that you will need to have a very consistent follow-up. And because all these people are stranger, you didn't get to meet these people, the conversation become very important in giving people trust. Okay. Then now, the next thing. Okay, just now we also mentioned some of the leaders that already share like how to handle objection with confidence. Okay. One very important skill you need to know is objection handling, because no matter how good is your sharing, right, sometimes you will still have people that say, let me think about it first. Okay. Or they will say, okay, I will come back to you. So this objection is actually very normal. And remember, yeah, objection is not rejection. Okay. When they say think about it first, it means that sometimes there are still something in their mind that they haven't get an answer for it. So that's why they tell you that they want to think about it first. So what we need to do is to find out what is the real concern. Okay. And then what is the step? Okay, before we go into specific example, right, I just want to go through very simple framework for when you want to handle objection. So basically for objection, first you must know and you must acknowledge their feeling first. Which means if they say a very expensive leh, then you tell them no lah, this one is very cheap only. No need to fight with people when they have a different opinion. You can just acknowledge what they feel first. Okay. Then the next thing is that you need to clarify, which means you need to find out the real meaning. When they say expensive, is it really the price issue? Or is it because they have other reason? Okay. So because people usually don't tell their true reason when they want to say no to you. Okay. They will say, let me think first. And this is where you need to ask and find out what is the real reason. And after you clarify, right, then the next thing is that you need to reframe the perspective and also value. So this part here is the most important part. Usually the objection that most of y'all face will be about like very expensive, that you don't know how to answer and you do not know how to give the value, right? So here there are some key information that you can remember is that you just break it down into a smaller part. You compare with some other equivalent thing to show the value. Okay, you tell them about costs and consequences. What you are spending now is actually helping you to save money in the future. Or you give result, you give that testimony to show the value, and always bring them back to the result and also to the goal that they want to achieve. Okay, now, for this part, because objection handling can be very complicated and can be a lot. So for today, we are just going to focus on one, which is we're going to talk about how do you usually respond if a customer say that your product is so expensive. Okay, so based on the framework that I mentioned earlier, now we are going to move on the real example very, very quickly. Okay, so for these questions, we also ask Sammy like, hey, how do you answer if your customers say very expensive? Now let's see their answer, yeah? Okay, honestly, a lot of people feel that it's a bit pricey at first, but because they compare it to a regular milk powder. Okay, so you see she acknowledged what people feel. People feel that it's pricey. She agreed with it. She didn't go and fight and defend because price is price. There's no point you defend it. Okay, then after that, she continued. But after taking it for a while, right, I really feel the difference. My migraine improved. And since the nutrition is very concentrated, 1 cup already covers so much. So it's actually replaced a lot of other supplements. And this is where she used her own testimony and so she break it down to let people see that the cost or the price that they are seeing is actually not so expensive. Okay. And when we think about it, we already spend quite a bit each month on coffee, eating out. And those things, right, is just a short-term pleasure. And this is where she give the idea that actually you spending on your coffee lah, you know, you dining out lah, you buy something, you know, all these things, right, is just your pleasure. It's only make you happy for a little bit for a while. Okay, but this one here, this is something that support your body for long term, is really an investment for yourself. So she linked back to the result. You know, if you have this, it's actually good for you. So this is how she you know, counter back when people say it's very expensive. And you see, in this simple script here, she already covers so many things. She acknowledged what people feel, and then she give her own testimonial. She break it down, make it smaller so that people feel that it's not so expensive. And then she also compare with like, if you spend on this, you might as well spend on mine, right? And then give the ultimate result. You want to feel better. You want to have your health. So this one here, if you see here, is actually the framework that we mentioned just now also. Okay, this one here, right? You acknowledge and then you clarify already, and then she reframe everything to let people feel that and let people see that the value of this product. Okay, now we go on to the next example. Okay. For Jenny, how Jenny will answer is that, yeah, I totally understand some of the customer feel the same at the beginning. Okay, she only put it that, yep, you might feel it expensive at the beginning. She acknowledged the feeling. She acknowledged that, yeah, you feel that the price is expensive, right? Okay, but if you go on auto ship, it's about 173 per can. That means that it's less than 6 ringgit a day. Okay, and nowadays, even a coffee is 3 ringgit already. So she actually break down the cost of it. And then now you see already, hey, I'm spending only 6 ringgit a day. I eat out or I buy a coffee outside, even in a kopitiam, coffee is already 3 ringgit. So now people will feel that, hey, actually, I'm just adding a few more ringgit And then I'm not only drinking a kopi already, you know, I'm actually taking colostrum that contain all the nutrients that I need for my body, and then helping my health and immunity and also the overall condition. So with this, yeah, she actually already reframed the whole value of this product. When people heard about 202, they find it very expensive. But when you break it down to 6 ringgit a day, it becomes very affordable already. And when you compare with a 3 ringgit coffee that you only drink daily, that doesn't give you much health value, but this one 6 ringgit give you a lot of things that your body need, people will already make their decision. So this is how they handle and their answer to a customer when they say products are expensive. So I hope these two here will really, really help you all in answering the same questions in the future, okay? Because for me, this one is like a A+ answer, okay? It's like an A+ answer already. If you can master this way of answering, basically you can handle your customer easily already. And then of course, the next thing we also ask them, like, what do y'all think is the key to successful closing? We go through with many of them, like, I mean, the leaders that we interviewed earlier, and then they give us their answer as well. Okay, so we can see here. Okay, so Jenny will say that you yourself will need to be the true ambassador of the product, which means you really have your own testimony, because when people see your result, this is where your credibility comes from. And of course, always need to understand your customer and understand your product so that you know the problem and you know the solution. Your customer come with a problem. Your products can provide a solution. So you need to understand both. Okay? And of course, always share with a mindset that you wanted to help others. This one will help you increase your closing rate because you will sound more genuine in helping people. Okay, and then Sammy also said that understand the customer needs is very important. And also you need to understand your products because your own testimony will help people with the similar situations or similar condition. And then for her, right, if you build a trust with your customer, basically you doesn't have to do any hard sell. People will automatically buy from you. People will automatically buy whatever that you say. So for her, it's the trust. Okay. And then we also ask Rose, we also ask Kimberly. So for Rose here, right, other than whatever that Sammy and Jenny already mentioned, right, for her, the key is talk less and listen more. Because when you talk less and listen more, you can understand the needs better. And then when you talk too much, you are actually overwhelming your customer with so many information. So instead of giving too much, you give just enough for them to make a decision, and you give the information stage by stage so that you can guide them step by step. Because when you share too much in one shot, right, basically you share 30 minutes, they can only pick up 10 minutes information. So why not I split these 30 minutes into 10 minutes for them to sign up, and then 10 minutes I tell them about the product they can get, and then 10 minutes I tell them another product that if they want to try on and if they want to have a better result and things like that. So this is how Rose would do it. And for Kimberly, she is mainly on online. So for her, right, when customer come and PM you, right, it's already show that they wanted to buy. Okay, it's just that we need to prove them we are the one that can help them. So for her, building a strong profile so that your customer choose you, right, is very, very important, because you want to make sure that you are the one that is very professional, can help people, comparing to other people that can just sell them products like a seller. So, and we know that for online markets, people can easily find so many different sellers. Okay, so you need to be the one that people wanted to buy from you and not from anyone. So this is what she said. And for her, right, price is never the real issue. The issue is that they don't have enough trust on your products and they don't have enough trust on you yet. So this is what you need to build during the whole conversation with this customer. Okay, so that's it for the closing part. Okay, so I hope today everybody get some information here. Like, can you all like type in the chat anything that you find it helpful for you? Can you type 111? If you have two key takeaway, can you type 222 in the chat? And if you have more than 2, you can type 3, you can type 4, and let me know how many key takeaway you have from like all this interview today. Okay, I have people that answer me 111, so you have something that you take away already. Okay, very good. Okay, so for this Friday, right, we also have another leaders that are going to share with us how she do her closing. Okay, on Friday one, of course, it will be in Chinese. It's our 4-star Emerald Executive Dion. She's going to share with us how she do her closing. We all know that she's one of top recruiter, right? And she also just received the awards of the International Top Recruiter, I think, yeah, Top Recruiter Award. So on Friday is also a very good session that you can hear directly from Dion. What is her tips and skill set that help her close so many people? Okay, all right. So, and before we end today's session, the same thing, a bit of a housekeeping to share with you all. So our Raya open house will be on the 1st of April. Okay, 1st of April. For those who haven't signed up, if you want to come, scan the QR code so that you can join us on that day. We are gonna have some sharings, you know, some games, food, and all that on this day. So bring your prospect. It's a very chill and very casual events that easier for you to invite someone, because sometimes you want to invite someone to a very formal events, people might feel reluctant and things like that, right? So for this one here, is a Raya open house, is something very chill, so you can invite your friends, your family, everybody to come together. Okay. Then on the 18th of April, we have our Route to 1-Star Academy in Penang and also in PJ. So for these two here, the tickets already start selling. Okay. So you all can log into a BRC and get the tickets to attend this Route to 1-Star. Okay. And then last but not least, about our royalty event is on the 14th of April. So last reminder again, we are going to close the ticket sales very soon. So buy your tickets now, today, don't wait anymore. Because this time we have 3 very powerful speakers that's going to share with us. So I have already shared this story like many times. So please, you know, get your friends, your family to join us, especially for Kenny, because this time he's going to share in Bahasa Melayu. So it will help you open up a new opportunity or new markets if you manage to invite the right person, you know, invite your friends and all this to come together. Okay. Okay, and the next is Graham is coming to our royalty event as well. So don't miss this opportunity to meet Graham, to introduce Graham to your friends, your family, or your prospect. Because Graham will definitely inspire these people. He is already 87, but he still decide to make his way all the way from New Zealand to Malaysia to join us in our royalty event. So that shows that he is really love this company, love our people here, love this platform. So don't waste this opportunity. Invite your friends to come to our royalty event. Okay. All right, I think that's it for our sharing today. Okay, before we end, okay, let's take a good photo. Okay, so for those who want to join us in the photo, you can turn on your camera now. Okay. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, all right. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight. So see you on Friday. Okay, good night.